The land of Yemen has held a distinctive place in the religious and political history of the Islamic world since the earliest centuries of Islam. Owing to its tribal social structure, its geographical distance from the centers of the caliphate, and its strong emotional and spiritual attachment to the family of the Prophet, Yemen provided fertile ground for the emergence of a form of political Shiism that later became known as Zaydism. The Zaydi school is attributed to Zayd ibn Ali ibn al-Husayn, the grandson of Imam Hussein, who rose in revolt against the Umayyad Caliphate in the year 122 AD. Although his uprising ended in defeat and he was killed, his doctrine, according to which leadership of the Muslim community belonged to the descendants of Fatima and required both religious knowledge and active struggle against injustice, spread to various regions of the Islamic world. Unlike Twelver Shiism, which developed the doctrine of the hidden imam and political quietism, Zaydism conceived the imamate as an active and political institution. This characteristic transformed it into a movement directly engaged in the sphere of power. In the 3rd century AD, Yemen, already weakened by Abbasid decline and internal tribal conflicts, became the stage for the first Zaydi state. In 280 AD, a descendant of Imam Hassan named Yahya ibn Husayn ibn Qasim al-Rasi, later known as al-Hadi ila al-Haq, migrated from Medina to the northern Yemeni region of Sada at the invitation of local tribes. These tribes, divided by long-standing rivalries, sought a religious and political authority who possessed both moral legitimacy and noble lineage. Upon his arrival, Yahya ibn Husayn established religious courts, propagated Zaydi jurisprudence, and organized tribal forces under a unified leadership. After a brief return to the Hijaz, he was once again summoned by Yemeni notables, and in 284 AD returned to Yemen, where he received formal allegiance. He succeeded in bringing large portions of northern Yemen and even parts of the Hijaz under his authority, thus founding the first Zaydi state in Islamic history. This state was based not on Abbasid caliphal legitimacy, but on the principle of Alid imamate. Yahya ibn Husayn ruled for 14 years and eventually was killed in 298 AD during clashes with the Karmathans. Yet his death did not mark the end of Zaydi rule. His sons and descendants continued his legacy, establishing a system that, despite interruptions and internal struggles, endured for more than a millennium. In this system, the ruler bore the title of Imam, combining both religious and political authority, and deriving legitimacy from descent from Fatima, as well as from scholarly and military competence. Throughout the medieval period, Yemen witnessed continuous rivalry between Zaydi imams and Sunni powers, such as the Ayyubids and the Mamluks. Nevertheless, the mountainous regions of northern Yemen remained the stronghold of Zaydi influence, preserving their distinct religious identity. Doctrinally, Zaydi jurisprudence shared affinities with the Hanafi school and recognized the legitimacy of the first two caliphs, Abu Bakr and Umar, while rejecting the Umayyad Caliphate as illegitimate. In this sense, Zaydism occupied a position between Sunni and Shi'i traditions while maintaining its self-identification as Shi'ism. In the modern era, the Zaydi imamate took the form of the Mutawakkilite Kingdom of Yemen, which survived until the mid-20th century. In 1962, the last Zaydi imam, Muhammad al-Badr, was overthrown following a revolution and civil war, leading to the establishment of the Yemen Arab Republic. Although this event marked the end of the traditional imamate, it did not eliminate Zaydism from Yemeni society. A substantial proportion of the northern population remained Zaydi, and many political and military elites emerged from this social base. In subsequent decades, particularly with the increasing influence of Saudi Arabia, Salafi and Wahhabi religious institutions expanded into traditionally Zaydi regions. Religious schools promoting these doctrines were established, creating what many Zaydis perceived as a threat to their historical and religious identity. This process generated a cultural and religious backlash, culminating in the emergence of a revivalist movement in the 1990s known as al-Shabab ul-Mumin, the Believing Youth, under the leadership of Hussein Badr ad-Din al-Houthi. Its original aims were to restore Zaydi identity, resist Wahhabi influence, and protest against the policies of the Yemeni government. In 2004, Hussein al-Houthi was killed in clashes with state forces. However, the movement he founded evolved into a structured political and military organization known as Ansar Allah. Rooted in Zaydi Shiism, it gradually transformed from a cultural revivalist initiative into a major political actor within Yemen. In 2015, Ansar Allah seized control of Sana'a, the capital of Yemen, forcing the internationally recognized government to retreat. Following the killing of former President Ali Abdullah Saleh in 2017, the movement effectively consolidated control over the most densely populated regions of northern and central Yemen. Although Ansar Allah did not restore the classical Zaydi imamate, it articulated a new model of religiously inspired governance, drawing upon historical Zaydi traditions while integrating elements of revolutionary ideology, Yemeni nationalism, and resistance to foreign intervention. From this historical perspective, Yemen demonstrates a remarkable continuity. From the 3rd century AD to the present day, the social and political influence of Zaydi Shiism has never been entirely extinguished. At times, it manifested as formal imamate states, at others as cultural and religious resistance, and in the contemporary period as a dominant political military force. In this sense, Zaydi Shiism is not a transient phenomenon in Yemeni history, but a persistent structural element, one that has shaped the destiny of the country from the earliest centuries of Islam to the conflicts of the modern era.